Hello everyone, welcome to the Beyond Duality podcast. In today's episode, we will discuss about dream doping and why knowing this subject in depth is going to help you fix your brain. But first, before we dive into the subject of this video, I will just take a moment to present this channel, why we decided to do this podcast, who we are, and what this podcast is going to benefit you in your life. So first, we are two young men that decided to take the entrepreneurial route. So by taking this route, we have to strive for excellence every day in our day-to-day life. We always focus on getting better. Like that's what we are saying every day, like 1% better. And by chasing excellence, we are getting better and getting more knowledge. And while doing that, me and Jake were having deep conversations about a lot of subjects that we found would be really helpful for the people that are trying to reach for excellence. So that's why we decided to create this podcast, because we want to help a lot of you, and at the same time we want to help ourselves with our knowledge, because by doing that we have to implement and know our knowledge by heart, basically. And our second point, one of our goals, me and Jake, was to get perfectly bilingual.
Absolutely.
Okay? That was a big goal of us. And if you didn't figure out by now, we are from Quebec and we speak French, but we are not from the United States or anywhere else around the world. Our main language is not English. So we decided to do this podcast in English because we want to reach excellence again in that sphere, because we figured out it was really important to know English, to have a perfect English in the sphere that we're going in, basically. And so that's why we decided to create this podcast. Now, before we dive into the subject, I'll just take another moment, it's not going to be long, but just to explain the structure of these videos, how they're going to be. But first, we have the main subject, which is dream doping today. We decided to divide it in subsections, and each subsection is going to have a question. Why we decided to do that? Because we found it would be easier to digest and to implement the knowledge that we're going to give in this episode, so you can start today to implement it. So it's not complicated. You can just relax, watch the podcast, and understand everything we're saying. Now, my partner here, Jake, found the term dream doping, so he's going to give you guys a quick explanation before we dive into the explanations of all the main points that we found.
Absolutely. So basically, for the main subject of today, right? What happened is I used to watch a lot more in the past videos, let's say reels, shorts on YouTube.
Yeah,
right?
that's our generation.
And exactly. And even TikTok. I used to have the application on my phone. And I realized that it took out a lot of time in my life.
So much time. When I used to do that, it took me 4 hours a night.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
And what happened is I would basically spend more time doing that than taking actions on my own to basically accomplish things that I want to achieve, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I decided to think about basically those keywords that I could give to what people of our generation spend a lot of time on.
Yeah.
And what I basically found out or created is dream doping.
Yeah.
So in dream doping, you have two simple keywords. You have dream and doping. For the main word, dream is about a moment of realization, right? Where you kind of want to achieve something so big that most of the people think that it's not achievable in your life.
Yep.
After that, you have doping. So doping is taking, let's say, a certain amount of drugs. In our case, if it's about social media, it's about taking or secreting an amount of dopamine inside of your life, right?
Cheap dopamine.
Exactly, yeah. And those cheap dopamine comes from the amount of time that you spend on social media. And actually, that's going to be our first question.
So the first question on the first point is, how does social media shape our dreams and ambitions? And that's a big point, because we spend so much time on social media and we are comparing ourselves every day.
Absolutely.
And people are only showing the best of their lives. They don't show the journey that they had to do every day, like all the tasks, all the little things, the little details. And they had to shape the person needed to achieve that goal. It's not going to be done overnight. It's going to take years if needed. In our generation, because we are used to cheap dopamine and things like instant gratification.
Absolutely, yeah, that's a great keyword.
They try to reach their goals instantly.
Yeah.
But they don't understand that they need to change their person first. What habits do you have? What do you do on your day-to-day life?
Yeah.
Do you think that person really can achieve what you see on Instagram? It's the same principle like people that wants to get in shape.
Yeah.
They think they can lose 500 pounds in a week. I'm exaggerating, but you see the point here. Like, it doesn't make sense. You have to become the person that is fit. Like, you're not gonna bench 3 plates after going to the gym for 1 week. You have to train. You have to put more weight slowly. You have to go consistent.
Yeah, it takes time.
It takes consistency. You have to go there in and out, grind, and that's the main issue that I find personally with social media is the fact of comparison. So you get low self-esteem from it because you only see the good in people's life and not the bad. And instant gratification because you don't have the patience to work and to strive for excellence, basically.
I think a problem with that is we kind of lose our weight with taking actions for ourselves, right?
Yep.
The thing is, often now we actually set goals for ourselves that are like possible.
Yep.
And
we set low goals.
Kind of.
In a way, because like I told you, I don't know if you remember, sorry for cutting you off, but like when I was in high school, they were asking about goals. Every student in the class told their goals. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Are these your goals? Like, oh, I want to brush my teeth more often. I want to get more sleep. Well, that's easy. It's the easiest thing ever. And when I told my goal, everyone looked at me like I was crazy. It's because when you have big ambitions, people are gonna criticize you because it's easier to do that than to change things in their lives. So it's just, I needed to make a point here.
No, it's a good point. I think the problem about what you just said is I'm probably sure you feel the same way as me.
Yep.
When we talk about our dreams, it's for ourselves, it's something that will happen in our future life, right?
Absolutely.
And that's a big difference between, I could even say 99% of the population and us. Because a lot of people will talk about dreams, and dreams will be things that will not be like possible throughout their life. Or not achievable, if you might say. And that's why people often go to like social media and prefer to be in a comfort zone.
Absolutely.
So comfort zone is just a easy way out of discomfort to basically live a more simple and happy life. The thing is, you won't learn a single fucking shit.
No.
If you stay in that lane. No, but seriously. It is what it is.
And that's the thing that you need to ask those people is, do you really want to do it? Basically, do you really want to achieve those goals that you say that you want to achieve?
Well, it takes discomfort to create new comfort.
Exactly. I couldn't have said better. Like, and it's the point, it's another point that we wanted to make, but I think we can make it now. It's about mental pain. How does mental pain shape our daily lives? Because that's a thing that I learned by reading, and it's a lot easier to get physical pain, like going to the gym, than to actually get mental pain and try to change things in your lives that are ingrained in you.
Yeah.
Like to change, to get towards your goal, you need to change your whole persona. You have to change everything about yourself, and you shape it to become the person you want to be.
It's killing your old self to create a new one.
Yeah,
it's
an ego death too. So it's super hard. Like it's a lot harder to actually do things that are gonna make you better than to watch TikToks or to watch a Netflix series.
If I take because you bring gym earlier, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I go personally, let's say 5 to 6 times a week.
Yeah.
And I have it's 2 CrossFit, the rest is bodybuilding, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't want to go to the gym every day.
Me neither.
For me, the gym is often a place for me to put a big amount of energy to relax not relax, but
put your problems away and just
exactly
me time.
Absolutely, it's a me time where I can grind and focus on myself, build a physique that I want, and that I dream on, and I'm taking actions towards it. But I don't mentally want to go there every day because I could be, let's say, fatigued.
Tired.
Tired. I would be tired and just want to stay at home in front of my desk, and it would be easier for me to just work on my businesses in front of my desk instead of going to the gym and working on my physique and working at the same time on something that I don't want to do with my brain, right?
And it's those victories that counts.
Absolutely. It's just about discipline and taking actions, basically. And the thing is, by going on the day that I don't want to go to at the gym, if I take the gym for an example, it's gonna set for myself a higher standard of life, where every day that I will not want to go to the gym, those days will feel normal at a certain point. Well, I will still go to the gym even though I'm tired or I don't want to go to. And I think that's those small victories, when they stack up, they will create a big one. And the big one in that main subject is about achieving like a physique and a great peace of mind with the gym, right?
And you made me think about, is the principle of there can be an upward spiral.
Absolutely.
And there can be a downward spiral as well. I found that when I started to take actions towards my goal, and at first it was hard. But when those wins stack up, it's a lot easier to add something, because that's a principle too. You can't just start doing all the things at once. You have to implement one thing, and then a second one, and then a third one, because the discomfort creates a new comfort. So that's why you have to take those daily actions, because they are gonna really change your life.
And if I could add on another thing before we go to the next point, I think if you want to see taking actions on in a more positive way, what I like to set for myself is I compare actions to tasks. And tasks, I compare them to wins. So instead of telling myself, okay, today I have, let's say, have to eat clean, go to the gym, work on my business. I have 3 shoots today to do with my company and other things, right? So inside of my brain, negatively, I could think about, it's fucking tasks. I don't want to do them. But instead, the way that I want to tell myself how it should be, it's about small wins. So today I have a win because I ate clean. I went and I did my 3 shoots and I made this pretty good amount of money with it. And also I went to the gym, so I still win in that part of my life also. So at the end of the day, if you can stack up, let's say 5 wins during the day, or if you want to set minor goals, let's say 2 or 3, it's still more wins than if you didn't do shit or nothing during the day, right?
And it's a question of perspective, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because how do you see those actions? Because like we're saying, if you have big goals that you actually want to achieve, that's a big factor to take into consideration. Do you actually want to do it? But if you actually want to do it, then all those actions, you should be happy to do it. You should be happy to know that you're getting better and you're forging that perfect human in a sense that is reaching for excellence like we are doing, because like it's super fun, because it's so hard right now to just speak in English.
Absolutely.
Like it's a struggle, but we're doing it and we are really grateful about that moment. And another point that I want to add on before we change to the next topic is when you talk about your goal, you release the same amount of dopamine as if you actually achieved it.
Yeah.
So that's why when at first, before you start taking actions, if you talk about your goals to everyone around you, you're gonna release the dopamine before you even took actions on your life. I was doing that before.
Yeah.
And I realized that I wasn't making any progress. It was easy to say, oh, I'm working hard on my things to people, and then come home and just play video games and do nothing. Because I actually thought I was doing something, but I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't serious about it. And that's a big factor that one of my mentors told me. He said, you have to reverse engineer how you think. Okay? So you have, if you make mistakes, if things happen to you that are hard, you have to see them and be like, good, I need to shape my new, I need to create my new person. These things are gonna get me to the next level, and then I can achieve more things. Like, it's good. It means you're creating new discomfort. So that's a big factor that I wanted to take into consideration for that point. Now, the fourth point is that a lot of people are living in another man's consciousness. So why is it easier to live in another man's dream?
Well, I think it's easier to live in another man's dreams because, like we said earlier, often people want to live in a zone where they feel comfort and not discomfort. Well, because it's easier mentally.
Yeah.
You feel no pain, and actually the only pain that you will feel is kind of a physical pain where your body will just maybe be tired of working on your 9 to 5, let's say. But the thing is, and it's in correlation with dream doping because you want to be in a state of comfort instead of discomfort.
And sorry, but
go for it.
We're even gonna talk about it in another podcast, but happiness.
Yeah,
that's another huge factor about
Absolutely,
it. Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to add this one.
So when we use the terminology of dream doping, the problem of 10 out is that we want to be in a state of comfort instead of discomfort, and we want to watch. And actually, it's in correlation of what you just said before you asked the new question. You want to watch people achieve dreams, and what I mean by that is instead of just telling people that you would really like to have, let's say, 1 million by the age of 30, right?
Yep.
Well, why not taking actions towards having the millions by the age of 30? So the thing is, you need to walk the talk and not just talk, because talking is super easy.
Yeah.
Even though in English it's a bit difficult for us.
Yeah.
But talking is super easy, and like you said, we can just secrete dopamine and by telling everybody else that we want to achieve the million by the age of 30, and let's say we tell it to 15 people in our class, and people will probably
give you props.
Yeah. So you feel happy about telling them that you will have 1 million by the age of 30, but you're not taking actions towards it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the main point of this video. It's about dream doping. So basically, when you watch a video of somebody that already has the million, and let's say that he has 30 years old and have the million, you secrete the same dopamine that when you're talking about it with somebody else.
Yeah.
So you feel like you are still learning how to basically grow towards the million because you're watching people that have the dream that you want to have.
And I just want to take a quick moment to say, I think dream doping is made, I don't want to go into conspiracy theories, but I think it's made on purpose by society. Because the more dreams you get shoved down your throat, the more you give your energy to them. You don't have, like a lot of people don't have energy anymore to just work on their stuff. Like you see a normal human being's life, the moment they wake up, all their energy is allocated to different things. It's already gone. Basically, the moment you wake up, you get on your phone, you see people getting stabbed, you see people living their dreams life. Like you see all that stuff and all your energy goes away. You don't keep it to yourselves. Like that's another big factor. People don't have the motivation because they lack energy. You have to make sure you keep your energy. That's a really important factor. If you guys want us to talk about it a little more in another episode, we can do that. Okay, so just to come back to the principle of energy, I just wanted to take a quick moment. But like, that's how I'm saying that you lose so much energy, because now in our generation, we have so much on our mind. Our mind is not free. Like I said before, you wake up and you have so much things on your mind and you are already allocating all your energy elsewhere. And like, it's one of those principles about the new resolutions. Like people make so many new resolutions, but are they really going to take actions on it? Because they're like, okay, from now on, I will go to the gym, I will eat clean, I will stop drinking, I will stop smoking, I will start working on this, I will start reading, and the mind is like, what am I supposed to do? Where do I need to start, you know?
Yeah, it's not small step. It's setting big stones inside of your life. So in kind of like the quickest way possible to obtain some actually big moments inside of your life. Because if you want to start, let's say, going to the gym, it's not something that you start and will stop doing after a week. Gym is about discipline and going to the gym every day for the rest of your life to be in the best shape possible. And have the best state of mind possible also. So if you set a goal in 2025, let's say, well, the goal should be about something that you will, first of all, achieve, but will take a lot of mental pain to achieve. It should not be something that you will be sure you will, but you should still be certain that you will get there, because you know you will be so disciplined that you could, well, not that you could, that you will get there, but that most of the people couldn't. And I think that's the beauty of setting goals. And the problem of setting a resolution is that often now people will take 2025, let's say, for this year as a kind of like a procrastination way to set new goals, right? But why not just start them, let's say,
right now?
Right now. It would be just so much easier.
Don't have to wait. And that's why I think you made me think about something. That's why you need to define a clear why.
absolutely.
why do you want to achieve that? And be honest with yourself. And don't, like, when asking those type of questions, like, that's why, because it's important. Personally, I think it's important to have mentors, because they are the ones that help me make the most progress with myself. And I realized a lot of deep problems that were coming from when I was younger.
Yeah.
And find a deep why, and stop lying to yourselves when you ask those questions. It's gonna get uncomfortable, that's for sure. But I realized that I was really lying to myself.
Yeah,
deep down.
actually,
Yeah.
I need to add on something about that. What's funny about it is the problem that you're like working on with your mentors, right?
Yep.
They're all mental problem that you need to work on. They are not physical problem.
Nope.
And they are the most difficult to work on. Like we said earlier, mental is a kind of pain that is way more difficult to work on.
It's ingrained in your brain.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of like reading a book.
Yeah.
Reading a book is a great way to have a mentor in some type of way.
Yeah,
and you're the one that told me about this, actually.
Yeah.
And you made me realize that reading a book about a certain niche is basically taking 20 years of experience on somebody else and put it inside of your own brain, and put it inside of your brain, and after using it in your own life. It's taking actions.
That's another thing. Because it's a thing to read books. But it's a thing to actually implement the things that you read.
Definitely,
Because again, it comes back to how we are as humans. It's so hard to make changes. Like, I realized that again. Like, I was reading all those stuff and I was talking to you about them. I was like, oh, look at all the knowledge that now I acquired. And I realized, I was like, yeah, but I'm not doing shit with it. Like, what's the point? Again, you need to make changes. And that's like, I think, where we want to go with this. Like, you need to find your purpose, and why do you want to actually achieve what you want to achieve. And you need to find a big reason why. Because I think that's the only way that you can go through the hardships and make all those changes about yourself. Like, all that mental pain needs to be worth it. Because otherwise, I don't think you're gonna make it. Because you're just gonna stay like 99% of other people, because it's so much easier. And like, you really need to want it deep down within your roots.
A dream, if we go back to dream doping is about dream and doping, right? But you can kind of like invert it. Reverse it in some kind of way. Because dream is about an obsession of something that you want, and actually we will talk about it in other podcasts. So I will not go too deeply in the subject, but it's about having that certain aspect in your life with the amount of obsession, right? And doping is about doing it, let's say, every day, every hours, if we take the subject of today with the phone. But if we invert it, going to achieve, let's say, a big dream of having 1 million by the age of 30, it's action that you need to do every hours, every day. It's 1% better every day that you need to do, with the amount of obsession that when you wake up every day, you think about it, and it's the only one thing. It's the first thing that you want to do. It's not go on your phone and watch other people that already have it.
Because they were obsessed with it.
Because they were obsessed with it. Absolutely.
And just like a quick tip that I heard by Bob Proctor. Okay, I don't think you know him, but he's a guy that was talking about the laws of the universe. And the first thing, like, what he learned is the first thing that he was doing every morning. He wrote his goal on a card. The first thing he did, he went in front of the mirror and he read his goals to himself. Like, you need to be obsessed with it. You need to ingrain it in your brain. That's where you want to go. And naturally, you'll be way more willing to take the steps that requires you to get there. And another point, I think you need to find passion in like getting better. It needs to become like your sense of purpose in a way. Like, working on myself needs to become the biggest thing in your life if you want to achieve it, to get nearer your goal.
Absolutely. Well, if you'd like to add, maybe we could say more specifically how to fix with maybe keywords, or let's say a couple of phrases to help people understand how we could fix the problem of dream doping, right?
Yep.
So the main thing is about taking action.
Yep. Finding a clear-cut why.
Yeah. I think the taking action will take on a mental pain that you will, by a certain point, get used to.
Yep.
So it's about taking action. Yeah, go for it.
Become comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Realizing that if you want to change what is without, you have to change what is within.
What is within, yeah.
It all starts from you, yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Like one of the book is Know Thyself. You need to know yourself all around, all your past traumas even.
Yeah.
You need to know, like, you need to be the best. You need to be your creation. You need to create yourself.
Yeah. And you have to feel like creating yourself is the best plausible route for yourself also.
Yeah, and I think the best advice that I would give is you need to clearly see who you want to be.
It's a vision.
A vision, exactly. You need to clearly, clear picture in your mind what you want to become.
Yeah.
How you speak, how you act, how you treat other people, what are you doing on your day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
You need to see everything. And then you find action that you can take to reach that person, to become that person. So it's all about taking actions on your day-to-day lives, understanding why you want to achieve this goal, and fucking do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, there's no secrets around here. Like, reaching your goal is not, it's not complicated. It's not a maze. I think it's that labyrinthe, a maze.
Yeah, it's a maze.
It's a maze. It's not a maze. It's not complicated. Take actions. Just fucking do it and crush it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Absolutely, man. I'm 100% with you.
Yeah. So, I think we've done. I think we've.
It's a wrap, man.
I think it's a wrap. I think we talked a lot about all the stuff we wanted to cover.
Yeah, we could also add on the schedule.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So I'll say.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
So for the schedule, right, about the podcast, it will be on every Friday, bi-weekly.
Yeah.
And we will also add on other subjects of videos other than podcast. You'll see they come by in our YouTube account.
Yeah, exactly.
And don't forget to put on your notification for every day, not every day, but for the shorts and for the videos on every Friday on the bi-weekly
to make
schedule.
Sure you see them.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Just subscribe, like the video, comment, do all that stuff. It means a lot to us, and we just want to create a community and to help a lot of you, and like
also we really want to learn from you guys.
Yep.
It's not about just us telling stuff to you and making like a learning channel. It's about for us reaching excellence throughout, if we say English or just speaking about it. It's also a way of learning it for ourselves. And if you have like a word or let's say something that you want to tell us in the comment sections, don't forget to do it, and we'll happily read it and learn about it for sure.
Absolutely. Nice.
Well, thank you, man.